Hey, what's up? I'm Steph, and today we're going to break down how I lit the music video for My Guy by Underscores. Let's talk about lighting for coverage around a massive mechanical bull. Our director Ayo had a few specific looks in mind. He wanted to design an all-white, bright, poppy space reminiscent of the early 2000s. He also wanted a moodier look with really powerful, stylized lens flares and practical lighting effects like strobes and pulses for all of the scenes at the bull. And we also leaned into a dark, grunge vibe with only one practical bulb and a cage. Going into this, I had to make sure we had enough lights for the cyc wall, which was 30 feet wide, 14 feet to the grid, and approximately 10 feet deep. I also had to ensure we had enough lights to provide a pleasant, soft key for all of the talent in the middle. I chose to use 18 Aputure Nova P300Cs for our cyc wall and our talent. We had 2 Novas on opposing sides to fill the left and right side walls, 2 in the opposing far corners, and 2 in the middle of the back wall. We used 5 more in the middle, all on soft boxes, and wrapped them in a 12 by magic cloth to make sure it was extra soft and it wouldn't be too toppy. We actually planned to use 6 in the middle, but one of the units we rented didn't have the latest firmware and it was not receiving DMX signal, so we took it out of the chain and brought it down to the floor to be used as a frontal fill whenever we needed it. Now this setup would be great for the bright, poppy 2000s look we were after, but we still needed to plan for the flares and the harder, grungier setups. I chose to use 4 Aputure 600C units. We rigged 2 up on the grid in the far left and right corners with spotlight mounts to provide backlights and hard edges. Then, we took 2 more 600s and with their standard reflectors, placed them on the floor in the far corners to cast wider beams pointed towards the camera. When paired with our Cooke Veritall 20 to 100mm lens and a Hollywood Blackmagic filter, this created really dramatic sci-fi looking flares on the edges of the screen. There are also some shots in which we used just one practical pendant bulb in a cage, routed onto a dimmer pack, and lassoed around the grid with a really long cable. All of these lights were daisy-chained into a single universe that our lighting director Tess was cueing in real time. The Novas were set for 7 channels each in CCT plus 8-bit RGB mode. We didn't expect to use the RGB, but because Tess is a pro, she knew we had the bandwidth for it, and it was easier to set it up in advance rather than have to climb up onto the grid later if someone made the request to use color. The 600Cs were taking up 15 channels each in CCT plus 16-bit RGB mode. I chose to use the Aputure Novas because they have a wide 120-degree beam angle, which is great for lighting cyc walls. They have full RGB control, really soft and bright output, and built-in 5-pin DMX. But most importantly, their control box detaches from the unit, which makes it incredibly convenient for programming multiple units and daisy-chaining them from convenient points. Instead of having to daisy-chain it all from the unit's head itself, you can rig all of the control boxes to a more convenient point, as long as you have enough length on your cable. And finally, going with Aputure means I have Sidus control as a backup plan should any of the DMX runs fail. And of course, one of them did. As I mentioned earlier, one of the units that we got had outdated firmware, but I was still able to control it wirelessly with Sidus Link at a moment's notice. And here's a peek at the final video. Shout out to our team of 4 who rigged up and programmed 22 Aputures and 1 practical in only 3 hours, and struck it out in only 2. Now full disclosure, there were some pickup shots on a different white stage that I wasn't present for, so I can't speak to that setup. But the team did an incredible job at keeping it consistent and making sure it matched what we already shot. Make sure to check out the video for My Guy by Underscores. It's an absolute banger. I'm putting a link for it up above. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to hit subscribe and stick around for more lighting breakdowns, gear reviews, and behind-the-scenes looks at some of our sets.